Hi guys, I'm CJ and I'm a recent graduate of Criminology and International Relations. I can totally understand that starting a new course, maybe even in a new country, is a very daunting aspect. That's why I'm at our main site, Headington campus, to meet Kevin Watson, the head of the Centre of Academic Development. I'm going to talk to him and see what they can do to help you guys have a nice, easy transition into your first year at uni. Hi Kevin, it's lovely to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
So why do you think the Centre for Academic Development is such an essential part of university life?
Yeah, that is a very good question. I think one of the things that can happen when you're starting university is you look at everyone else and they look confident and you start to think, it's just me. It's just me that's a bit worried, you know. But actually how to study effectively isn't at all obvious. And by way of illustration of that, I can share the fact that I'm not sure that I worked out a really good reading and note-taking strategy until halfway through my doctorate. You know, it's not obvious how to do that. We've all had that experience where, I'm sure you have, where you read for an hour and you get nothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't understand this. What are they talking about? And there are processes that you can learn to deal with that sort of thing. So we call a lot of this the hidden curriculum. And this is the idea that there are lots of skills that you might want to develop at university, some of which will be taught on your courses, but some of which you'll have to discover for yourself. So you really have to be quite active in thinking, what do I need to develop whilst I'm here? Maybe it's digital skills, maybe it's language skills, you know. It could be all sorts of different things. And so we are a department that tries to address the hidden curriculum in all sorts of different ways through sorts of things like one-to-one tutorials, online resources, modules, workshops, and all sorts of things.
That sounds great. I know very much that university is pretty much an individual journey, and I feel like that's the beauty of it. And that also feeds into the fact that everyone has different needs. Some may have smaller needs, some may be more specific study skills or more course-specific skills. What kind of services do you offer? What are the most popular ones?
Well, the most popular in terms of numbers, I would say, are our one-to-one tutorials, which I think you're going to go and see Zephyr about those in a few minutes anyway. So they're really popular, and we get students at every level for that, from foundation students right through to PhD. But I think in recent years we have workshops that have been popular because that's a really good, quick way to get your head around something. Maybe you're not understanding referencing, or someone writes on an assignment, be more critical. And you're thinking, well, yeah, that's okay, but how do I do that? You know, so we have a lot of workshops running throughout the year that people find useful. We also have, I should say, we have maths and stats tutors as well, because a lot of people, that's one of the big hidden curriculum things, you know, that maybe you did some maths at school and you're arriving at university and you're thinking, oh, how do I do that? Or maybe you're having to use some software you haven't used before for data collection, like SPSS, and you need some help in thinking, well, what test shall I use? How do I use it? So there's quite a wide range, and we're always trying to adapt what we do according to what we hear from students.
Which is great because everyone has a different learning journey. Everyone, like I said, has different needs, and some of them you may only discover like halfway through your undergraduate or even postgraduate, which is a great thing to know that you guys cater such a variety of skills.
Hey Chandra, nice to meet you. My name's Zephyr and I'm one of the tutors here with the Center for Academic Development. So what is a tutorial? Well, basically we work with students one-to-one and we answer any kind of questions they have that are connected to their academic studies.
Can any student come to these tutorials, or is it only if you're really struggling?
Any student that is at the university can come, and we also see students that are online and distant, students face-to-face. We have students that come when they need help and they have a question, but we also have students come who think, I really just want to excel and do really, really well, and so those students come too. So for example, might have a student saying, I really want to get a first, you know, or I just keep getting a little bit below my target score. But we also have students that do really need help and might be quite stressed, and this is a great place to come because we're very friendly and we're happy to help.
I can always remember my first university assignment. I was like, what is going on? And I remember you guys were really helpful.
Oh, that's
which
so
is
good.
great, which was absolutely great. At least until you get into the hang of things, it's nice to know that you have a bit of support, a bit of a safety net that goes behind it, which is great. So you guys are doing a great job from my experience. Well done.
That's really nice. Yeah, we love to see students and we really like to help support them. And I think that one of the things that students say is that often after meeting with us, they feel more confident. So, you know, because they've got a lot of questions and we can encourage them that it's totally normal to have questions.
I can also imagine, like, first time at university, first assignment or first reading, it can be a very daunting aspect for, like, you're maybe even in a new country to come up to someone and be like, can I ask for help? I need help with this. So I feel like once you've made that first step, it kind of becomes easier and you get into the flow more of like things, which is great.
Yeah, that is really true. And a lot of times students say, I didn't really know what to expect, or I was a little bit nervous about coming, but I'm really glad I did. So I agree, it's not always easy to take that first step to ask for help, but I think especially at Brookes, people, the staff are really happy to help. So a lot of our departments, we're delighted when students make appointments.
University is not about having all the answers, because why, if you've got all the answers, why bother with the course, right? You want to come here and learn some new stuff. So it's not about having all the answers, but it is about developing the ability to ask the right questions. And that's not just an academic thing, that's across the board, isn't it? And I often think that we talk a lot about being an independent student. And being an independent student doesn't mean doing everything yourself. It actually means being interdependent, like asking people questions, getting information, figuring out what support's available. And actually that takes a bit of courage. Have you found that?
Yes, definitely. I felt, especially my first year, it was a very daunting aspect. I was in a new country, I was surrounded by new people. I didn't know that many people, and I was doing two completely different new subjects. So I'd often think, oh, should I really go ask or should I not? But I found that especially doing a few of the workshops about academic writing actually and reading with the Centre of Academic Development, it actually helped me loads, and it actually made me realise, wow, these people actually all genuinely want to help me and help me achieve the best of my potential, which was a great realization. It was, obviously, it took a bit of courage, but it was definitely worth it. Take the opportunity if you have it.